Welcome back to What Is, the channel where we take your everyday questions and stretch them until they become fascinating. Or at least slightly more interesting than they were 5 minutes ago. Today's question: what is a robin? Seems simple enough, right? But here's the thing. Sometimes what you think you know about a robin is wrong. And sometimes the robin you think you've seen isn't even the same one someone on the other side of the world is talking about. So let's go bird watching verbally. If you live in North America and you hear robin, you're picturing a plump bird with a cheerful orange-red chest, hopping around your lawn, occasionally yanking a worm out of the ground like it's competing in an extreme sport. That's the American robin, scientific name, Turdus migratorius. Yes, that's Turdus. No, it's not a joke. Yes, real scientists have to say that out loud to each other with a straight face. But if you pop over to Europe and say, "I saw a robin," they'll imagine something entirely different. The European robin, about half the size of the American version, fluffier, rounder, and somehow with an expression that says, "I have deep wisdom," but also might peck you just to see what happens. Now here's where it gets interesting. Despite the name, these two robins aren't close relatives. The American robin is actually a type of thrush, making it a distant cousin to the birds that sing sweet songs at dusk in British gardens. The European robin, not a thrush. It's in the Old World flycatcher family. So, biologically, they're about as closely related as a schnauzer and a Siberian tiger. Which makes you wonder, who started calling them both robin in the first place? The name comes courtesy of European settlers arriving in North America, spotting a bird with a red breast vaguely reminiscent of the robin back home, and saying, "Close enough, that's a robin." And just like that, ornithological confusion was born. American robins are famous early risers. If you've ever wondered who's making all that musical fuss at 5 in the morning while you're trying to sleep, yep, it's probably them. Singing at sunrise might be beautiful, but it's also a declaration of territory. Translation: this lawn is mine, buddy. Find your own worms. European robins, on the other hand, are often solitary and can be surprisingly territorial, especially the males. They've been known to fight off other robins with the kind of ferocity you'd expect in a medieval duel. Except with more feathers and less armor. American robins are migratory. In summer, they spread across most of North America. In winter, many head south to warmer areas. Although some just stay put if there's food and the weather's mild. They're adaptable like that, kind of the Airbnb guests of the bird world. European robins are mostly residents, sticking to their territory year-round. However, in harsher climates, some do migrate short distances, like moving to the next town over, where the cafe serves warmer bugs. Robins are steeped in lore. In North America, the sight of the first robin is often celebrated as a sign of spring. Though, fun fact, some robins hang around all winter, so technically they're just ignored until the weather is nicer. In Britain, the European robin is tied to Christmas imagery, appearing on greeting cards, wrapping paper, and ornaments. One theory says Victorian postmen wore red uniforms and were nicknamed robins. So, pictures of robins delivering letters became holiday art, which is adorable, but also a little misleading, because real robins do not deliver mail, unless it's worm-related correspondence. The good news, both American and European robins are common and not endangered. In fact, American robins are considered one of the most abundant bird species in North America. So, if you haven't seen one yet, it's probably because you're indoors a lot. Fun fact, robins can actually see the magnetic field of the Earth. In certain light conditions, they use it like a built-in GPS during migration. Humans, meanwhile, still get lost in shopping malls. So, what is a robin? It depends on where you are. It could be a North American thrush with a bright orange belly and a worm habit. Or it could be a smaller, rounder European flycatcher that looks like it just popped out of a fairy tale. Either way, the robin is a resilient, adaptable little neighbor, whether it's singing you awake at sunrise or glaring at you from a fence post as if you've parked in its spot. Thanks for watching What Is. Now you know that question, what is a robin, has more than one right answer and possibly more beady eyes staring at you than you realized. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the surprisingly dramatic world of robins, hit that like button, subscribe for more curiosity-fueled investigations, and drop your own what is questions in the comments. Until next time, keep wondering, keep watching, and maybe keep your worms hidden.